Hello and welcome everybody to the BAMS cast week 4 recap. We've got Tottenham Hotspurs in the number 1 position. Shout out to New Old Guy and Derek's team for being in the number 2 and number 3 spots, but it's still a mixed bag. Commish, you are in 6th place with a 2-2 record, and it's a 1-3 record for yeah boy. And if we're looking at the scores going into Sunday this week, that's a -1 point score for ya boy going into Sunday. So not great for me, but you're hanging in there. I'm stationary in my house. You appear to be on the road. What is going on, Commish?
I don't know. We're in the middle of nowhere, so we're gonna do this quick. I'm driving to Tennessee. Not the best cell service. Go figure in nowhere, Tennessee. Really quick sponsors today. On site, second consecutive week. Monster Energy Drink. We're on a road trip. Duh. We're on a road trip. Combos. Duh. Combos of Monster Energy. Great American road trip stuff snack paired with the number 1 energy drink since 2009. And bonus if you are celebrating a fantasy win. Just throw a dash of Bacardi Grand Melon into the monster, and you have your very own melon monster. It's a treat. Try it. Okay, yeah. So that's where I am. That's where you are. Want to do some recaps?
Let's do recaps. We're going to start with the Civil War of the Rins, where Diesel Guys comes out on top over the Fianna. Fianna down to 11th place in the league. Diesel Guys hanging in there, 112 to 107. Diesel Guys get the win. It's really Kyron Williams, running back for the Rams, 27 points. Justin Jefferson did what Justin Jefferson does. And then, otherwise, like nice contributions here and there. Fianna, Lamar Jackson did his thing. Derrick Henry came out. Romeo Doubs is looking like that number 1 option in Green Bay. But that is it. It was close. Get that win for Diesel Guys.
Love it. I'm going to go to our matchup because my internet on my computer is out, and that's the only one I know off the top of my head. It was kind of a big week for me. I got everything kind of worked out. We talked about it last week. When things are down, that's when things are worse, is when things turn. So what I had, Nico Collins in the 30-point range. That's all I got. What else did I do, Tim? Talk about it.
Commish, you beat me 142 to 111. You had Jordan Love, who's like sneaky solid at QB. So he got you 20 on Thursday night. Stephon Diggs went to work. Nico Collins, who was like top 10 receiver in fantasy on the week. And then Khalil Herbert in Denver. That I know things, he's kind of hurt himself last night, but like he got you 22. So I mean, for me, that felt tough of, Nico Collins and Khalil Herbert showing up. This was your highest scoring week of the year. And did you get the $50 bill?
Yes, sir.
Bingo. Quick complain corner for me is just that I have the most points scored against me of any team in the league so far. I am number 4 in points for, but number 1 in points against, and that lands you in the 9th place spot. It is hard to have more points against you than a guy who had a 204 burger dropped on him from Ford, but I found a way. Back to you, Commish.
Yeah, so here's my contribution going to be in the recaps is I got a handful of random points that I'm just going to pick apart when we talk about the
Right.
matchup. So with this one, you know what I did? And this is also BAMalytics, 2 things at once. BAMalytics, I looked at the weekly wins since BAMS 2. So that's over 100 matchups, and I have it in the spreadsheet if you take a look at it. There are 5 teams that are in double-digit wins, and it's all really close. This win last week put me at 13, but you have you, Tom Rinn at 12. I think Growley and O'Toole are like 10 and 11. I don't like to put labels to, make ourselves look good. I would like someone else to do this, but are we like the Power 5 when we play each other? Is that a Power 5 matchup?
Yeah. And I need you to hold me accountable for identifying those when they come up. But yeah, it was a Power 5 matchup. Great job by you. I score 111. I thought that's pretty good. Nah, 142 from the Commish coming out party.
Yeah, I'll take the high score. It was a relatively low high score, but Alas. Okay, go to Ford's matchup because I got some stuff to talk about after that.
Love that. This is after this game. Ford retains the number 1 spot. It was Derek in the number 2 spot. Derek now drops to number 3, so not a ton of damage there, but that score was 133 to 101. The Tottenham Hotspurs keep rolling, completely lifted by a 46-point performance from Christian McCaffrey, who went the fuck off.
Mm-hmm. Here's my point. Ford's team is stacked.
Yes.
I know. I mean, it's good, but he's also got DJ Moore, who hasn't done anything for him, but now he is. And there's someone else on his bench. Does he have Jonathan Taylor?
Oh, that's a good. I thought he did.
There's someone else on his bench that I saw and was like, oh my God, he's got a deep team.
Yeah, I mean, he's got Alvin Kamara. Maybe that was who you're thinking of.
That's,
who came?
That's who it was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he came into the flex spot and put up 20.
Yeah.
He looked great.
Yeah.
I tried to dead him, but no, he looked awesome.
Mm-hmm. My second point to that is last week we talked about potentially that being the highest point total. What he got, it was 204.55. I went back and looked. There have been 4 scores in BAM's history of 200 plus. Rolly in BAM 6 is the highest at 218.11.
Oh my God.
BAM's 5, the Hammocks had 210.2, and then you have Ford's 204 without a kicker, mind you. There's an asterisk on that.
Oh
so that's
yeah, that's a big
maybe
one.
Maybe a little more impressive. And then Polanka hit 201.94 in BAM's 2. So not the highest, but the third best. And there's been 4 200-point
Commish,
yeah.
Commish on the road doing homework. Still working for the league. So that was the Hotspurs. Really, it was like Camaro with 20, 46 for McCaffrey. That was where it was at. The Rad team, Josh Allen, absolute stud, 37 points there. Garrett Wilson, CD Lamb, 13 apiece. So like some decent stuff. Him having DeAndre Swift, I think, is only going to age well. Had to suffer through Luke Musgrave getting that concussion in the first half. So only 1 point there, but I know that was a waiver wire pickup for him when he dropped Anthony Richardson. So that is the recap of the 2 best teams that played each other in the league. I'm sure you don't have anything else in front of you, so I'm just going to bounce around and you stop me, okay?
Yeah, I do it more, but I'll feed off you. Go ahead. Yeah.
All right.
Next matchup. Yeah.
Next matchup, Puka-Boo. I love you. They get the win, so we don't have to make fun of the name or say that the love is waning yet, but we will keep that in our back pocket for future use. It is a 109 to 75 win of Puka over Shasky. And really, I think when you score 75 points, you got a good chance of losing. 1 point from Chris Olave, that hurts. 3 points of Kyle Pitts. So it was just had some low points there. Not a ton of like bangers in there. Bijan did his thing with 18, but that was on the Shasky side. For Puka-Boo, they survive less than a point put up by Debo because they had Puka Nacua going for 26. Can't be stopped. And Mark Andrews on the Baltimore offense picking up some things and getting that win over Cleveland when Cleveland with the late Deshaun Scratch were a pathetic team that they pounded. So that is what got Puka the win.
Yeah, it's partly what got Puka the win. And here's my input on this. New segment alert. This is don't leave your country.
Yeah.
Shay, don't leave your country when you got a matchup. I did that once a few years ago. I went to Nice and I got smoked that week. And it's a given. I knew Shay wasn't gonna. He was in Rome, I think. Remember he sent that picture? He said he's gonna drink some Chianti or something.
Yep, that makes sense.
Think you're better than us? Yeah. So he was out of the country. We knew he was gonna lose. He lost in Survivor. It was a given. So that's my input on that.
Yeah, and the Fianna traveled to Ireland before the start of the season. That's why they weren't there for the draft and needed a proxy. So and we've seen how the start of that season is gone. So just don't leave the country. This is an American game. And we also did
Love
say
it.
as a team going into this that Zintak would break up from time to time. I will keep it flying, but it sounds like he's coming back. The next matchup was new old guy 105, Baloney Squeezes 87. New old guy just living on the Dallas defense. He gets 27 points from the Dallas defense against New England in a 38-3 drubbing in that game. So, I mean, it's the new old guy is just trying to ride the vibes and stay in there and rack up as many wins as he can, because elsewhere on the team, it's kind of yucky of like Drake London, Najee Harris, Jerome Ford, Taj Boyd, Joshua Kelly. These names are out of control. So
Yeah,
I
it's tough.
mean, get the wins when you can, new old guy. And then Baloney Squeezes, you got 0 from Jordan Addison. That hurt. Promising with Devon Aichan. But otherwise, not a ton of big things happening there. Dak Prescott continuing to be okay. Let's make this another advertisement for me having Justin Herbert. Quick fun fact while I want to sell Justin Herbert for a second. Number 1 overall player in fantasy, Christian McCaffrey. We all know that. Number 2 player, Justin Herbert. Get him today. Just if you need a quarterback, there are. Oh, he's been on the block. Still on the block.
Wow.
Will always be on the block.
Wow.
I have Anthony Richardson. I'm trying to sell. I'm trying to plan for the future here. Justin Herbert's an absolute stud. He's got a bye week this week. Give me after the bye week. I don't care. I'll give him to you.
New segment alert. That's a new state. We just crossed the state line.
Oh! And that, Bam, yep, the department, that is a first. Yeah, that is a first.
That's a first.
Okay, great.
My point to that matchup, my
go.
only point on that matchup is you mentioned Jordan Addison and Achane, and maybe I saw something different, but I like Pete's team, and he's got Jonathan Taylor coming back, so I think he's in a good position. That's my input without having anything from me.
And I mean, we might as well recap the trade right now. Our first BAMS trade, was the Balajna Squeezes trading away Sam Laporta, losing a Detroit player to pick up DeAndre Hopkins from the Fiana. Looks like it's Fiana planning for the future, getting the young gun, and Balajna Squeezes trying to get some veteran presence at the receiving core, fill in needs. The group text was all about it. Just nothing but respect for what appeared to be a nice even trade. So thank you, boys, for breaking the seal this week.
A lot of positive vibes on that group text. Yeah, I enjoyed it as well.
Which I do think that creates a need for the Squeezes, that they need a Detroit player back. And as we saw, there's a little bit of a nibble on the text thread when you put up Jameson Williams on the block. So we will see if he has another Detroitian on his team soon.
I can't confirm or deny if talks have progressed, but
smart. All right. Then we have, in a loss, Marianne's Hammocks, who had 2 first-round draft picks, compliments of your boy, in the number 4 spot, even after this loss. They lose to the Gangbang, 112-88. The Gangbang, who get their win, still in 12th place after that win. So when we talk about parity in the league, that tells you a lot that, like, yeah, we don't have any winless teams. Gangbang gets on the board. And let's just quickly run through that. Josh Jacobs is beginning to do what he did last year, which was a gross slow start, and they are just funneling the ball to him, and he's starting to play worse defenses, and he's picking up momentum. 25 points for Jacobs. And then just some solid performances at the receiving spots with Chris Godwin and Scary Terry for the Gangbang. And Brock Purdy, while we mentioned Jordan Love earlier, there are some of these quarterbacks that are pretty surprising this year. And Brock Purdy is one of those. So that is the one for the gangbang.
How am I doing? Can you hear me? Am I okay?
You're doing okay, but that I had a little bit of that audio lag for a second, but we are, I think, back.
I didn't get that. A thumbs up or thumbs down that you can hear me clear. Should I say anything?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Great. I got nothing else for any of the matchups. Did we cover all 6?
We did.
Okay. Let's get into who's going to die this week, because that's
Let's
the last thing that I had. I can't do waivers. If you want to do waivers,
nope,
it would be much appreciated by the league. Okay. I'm going to jump into I'm going to cover all 3 in one fell swoop here. Okay. And this segment is called Hedge the Dead. I had a very successful week last week of burying Russell's team, burying the hammocks. And so this week, my 3, well, I can't do Justin Fields anymore. But it's going to be Nico Collins. It's going to be Travis Etienne.
Oh,
and it'll be Dak Prescott, because if they get injured, that's 2 weeks in a row of success by me. That's crazy. If they don't get injured, great. I'm skirting the injury bug still. So those are my 3: Dak, Etienne, and Nico Collins.
okay. I like it.
Okay.
At quarterback, I'm going Brock Purdy. I think against Dallas, maybe he just gets absolutely worked. So then it's going to become Sam Darnold season, and Shanahan finds a way to just bring that team to the Super Bowl and get Darnold a ring. For running back, I'm shooting high. I went for a rookie receiver last week. I'm going for a rookie running back this week, Bijan Robinson, who is showing to be the only rookie running back who was really worth any investment in the draft. So there I'm going with D'Amico Ryans as the head coach of Houston. They're going to be ready because they know that Desmond Ridder cannot throw a ball over 10 yards. I think they're going to just send people flying on these little screen passes to Bijan. He's going to go for the little okey doke. They'll be ready for it. Concussion, out for a week. He'll be back. Nothing too crazy. For receiver, oh boy. We'll go at the Diesel guys here. I'm sorry because I went for Burrow last week, but he has that stack of Burrow and Chase, and it's just things continue to just not look good for Cincy. So I'm a guy of like momentum and vibes, and just things. It's just one of those things of like I don't think it's their year, so we're gonna go high ankle sprain 4 weeks for Jamar Chase.
Man, beat him while they're down. I thought Burrows was already dead.
I tried to dead him. He's still like he's just crawling. He's staying alive. So didn't get the dead last week.
All right.
You said you said that the league would appreciate me going over waivers.
Yeah, it's one of our biggest segments, and I can't help this week. But I will say I can help a little bit. Anthony Richardson, congratulations, and that was a great use of your waiver wire priority.
Well, thank you, sir. And actually, now I got it because I thought you might have had to hang up so that I would go solo on the waiver ads. But no, I'll pull up the waiver ads. We'll just run through, see what's hitting here. Let's see. All right, so we went over the trade. I like Marianne's Hammocks going with Michael Wilson, that rookie receiver in Arizona. He drops A.J. Dillon, who's just been a dud this year. So one of those things where Michael Wilson, I looked into, is like not the fastest dude, but kind of just that more reliable, can become the quarterback's best friend, maybe build some rapport with Josh Dobbs. So I'm a fan of that pickup. Michael Gallup for the gangbang, dropping Van Jefferson. I do think that's an upgrade, and Gallup is one of those names that's more of a just frustrating, and maybe like he's been hyped so many times that people have just grown sour on him. But like he
Yeah.
is, it's Brandon Cooks is not looking like he's filling that wide receiver 2 spot. I wouldn't be surprised if Dallas tries to add a receiver at the trade deadline, but Gallup's getting some work. So, I mean, I do think that's an upgrade from Van Jefferson, especially as Cooper Kupp comes back.
Yeah. Yeah. I think overall it was a pretty quiet week as far as waivers go. And if I'm wrong about that, people will just have to deal with it. How's that? I don't
I mean,
know.
I'll try to
Yeah.
just call out if there were like any other big ones here for you to react to. We're gonna go complain corner again here from me. I see that I dropped the Denver defense to pick up the Washington defense. So I decided to play the defense that was going up against the Chicago Bears, now booming offense. And they've decided to be good the 2 weeks that I picked up defenses against them. 40 points last night, which was 41. I don't know. They scored a shit ton of points. Last time they scored 40 points since 2020. So on the road in prime time. Good for them. Way to go, Bears.
We like it.
Yeah.
We love it. That sparked me remembering. I'm pretty sure Tom Rinn picked up Logan Thomas to play against me, and he has 18 points. So while I enjoyed the Justin Fields showing last night, I also had to deal with an 18-point tight end on the other side. So well done, Tom. I'm not blowing you out.
To add to it, Tommy was texting where he had Logan Thomas in an absurd parlay of like anytime touchdown, over 2.5 catches, over 13 yards, and the Bears win, and he hit it. So congrats to that boy.
Awesome. Man, he went all in on Logan.
Yes,
I like it.
And then I would say you go with McLaughlin, the running back in Denver. Samaje's not looking awesome. We got the hip pointer for Javonte. We'll kind of see what happens there, but this is just more about, as I scroll through these waiver ads, like it is tough to get running back talent, and that is where we are at.
The wall's pretty unscathed. Everyone's throwing stuff at it and nothing's sticking right now, which is a good sign for the league, is because the waivers are empty because we know how to draft and use the waivers. So,
and I see, so funny of like additions of Logan Thomas and Curtis Samuel, like showing up last night for the Commanders. I think Zay Jones for Derek's Rad team. That's not too bad. Cole Kmet, he's back in the well, grabbing Cole. And then I'd say after we had waivers clear, we have the Fiana picking up Tutu Atwell off of the Friday waivers, which is kind of nice. He's got himself keeper Kupp. So, let's give that quick shout out. We'll call this segment, things work themselves out. But keeper Kupp, there could have been a lot of drama around that, of him if he was going to be out for the year with the hammy. And here we go. The keeper on Jay's team. We had that tough decision, which now we've made the revision that you get to make those decisions all the way up until the draft board has been set. So we shall avoid that situation again of the J.K. Dobbins rule moving forward. But love to see that a guy did not get screwed over by a technicality, and we're hoping for a healthy return here for Cooper Kupp. And then gotta call this one out. It's a homer. Stretch. Claypool picked up by Marianne's Hammocks after he got traded to the Miami Dolphins. Quote from Mike McDaniels: "You need me to say it? He's fast." That is how that trade went down, of Chase Claypool to the Miami Dolphins. I wish that man the best of luck. He's got a great head on his shoulders, and I'm sure he's going to work very hard and really meld in well with the great culture that they're building there in Miami. Won't go poorly for Ford in any way. So As you can see, Commish has left us. I'm not going to wait for him to come back. We did the dead guys. We did the waivers, did the standings, and the matchup recaps. Gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're watching this on Saturday or Sunday, hope you're having a great weekend. Best of luck to everybody besides Shay, because I need to not be a one-win team anymore. Thank you so much, everybody. Peace.